Hello and welcome to the City of Whittlesea Business Network podcast. I'm your host, Amy Bajada, a member of both the City of Whittlesea Business Network and Business Advisory Panel, but also a proud small business owner based in Doreen. Together with the City of Whittlesea, we're sharing local stories and insights that matter to our community of businesses. We recognise the rich Aboriginal heritage of this country and acknowledge the Wurundjeri Willem clan and Tangarang people as the traditional owners of lands within the City of Whittlesea. This podcast is all about celebrating the incredible stories of local businesses, the people, the passion and the progress shaping our region. Whether you're a fellow business owner, a future entrepreneur or just someone curious about what makes our community thrive, this podcast is for you. Let's get started and connect through the heart of the City of Whittlesea's business network. OneWay Lebanese Bakery is a family-owned establishment in Melbourne, renowned for delivering authentic Lebanese cuisine since 2006. Situated in Lalor, the bakery has become a cherished destination for those seeking traditional Lebanese flavours crafted with passion and precision. Drawing inspiration from time-honoured family recipes, OneWay offers a diverse menu that includes handcrafted manakish, savoury pies and delectable sweets like baklava. Beyond its culinary offerings, OneWay Lebanese Bakery fosters a sense of community, inviting patrons to experience the warmth of Lebanese hospitality. Welcome, Chris Mansour.
Thank you for having me.
I love myself a really great business story. How you got started. So let's start from the beginning and head way back to 2006. How did OneWay Lebanese Bakery come to be?
Okay, well, let's go back to 2006. I was actually in Lebanon at the time, and there was a war happening at the time. We all have Australian passports. I was born here, but my family moved to live back in Lebanon. Anyway, we ended up coming to Australia, and I was 2 years old at the time when we moved to Lebanon. So when we came back to Australia, 17, the moment I landed in the airport, I don't know what it is. I just felt like home. Never wanted to go back. I wanted to stay. Now, I know everyone goes through a hard time when you move from one country to another. It's a different language, different people, different community. Everything's different. It's not at all easy. But for me, I don't know. I just kind of went straight into it. The moment I stepped in, I said, this is where I want to live. Dad was still there at the time. We had a dairy farm. So he was looking after everything while we came here. Wow. We ended up booking a ticket for my dad, which he didn't want to come to Australia at the time. He wanted to rebuild over there. Ended up convincing him to come back. Literally a week later, it's like it's meant to be. We found the shop. It was really run down at the time. It wasn't as established as it is today. They wanted someone to manage it. So we took it under management. We worked there managing the shop for a year before we actually bought it. Around that time, I think I was about 18 years old or 19. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do at the time. Didn't have much interest in business at all. But I loved airplanes since I was young. Discovery Channel. So when I did engineering with Qantas, mechanical, I did that till about 2013. During that time, I was still working at the bakery on my days off. So I was doing 7 days a week at the time. And I started to fall more in love with the business. I'm very creative. And when you're running your own business, you can come up with different strategies, different ideas. If you feel like doing something, you can do it. You're not restricted. Now, engineering was fantastic. I absolutely loved it as well. But I was limited to what I'm allowed to do. Mm-hmm. So 2013, I said, you know what? I'm pulling the plug. I'm going into business. At the time, my mum went nuts. You leaving engineering to work in the bakery? You're crazy. I said, no, this is what I want to do.
Wow.
So I ended up going full-time. And when I started going full-time into the business, I started reading a lot more, going into more details, marketing, branding, quality control, a lot of the systems that I've learned in engineering, which they call it foolproof systems. So what that means is you design something in a way where you make it hard to make a mistake.
Wow.
So I started to kind of implement those systems into the bakery as much as I could. Obviously, I don't have the budget that Qantas has. But But, I was, as much as I can, trying to put systems in place, consistency, make sure everything is running the way it should be. The business slowly started to grow over time. One thing really stuck with me and until today is when we're doing the training, they were telling us, I still remember it, each sad customer that's not satisfied, on average, will tell 10 different people about their experience.
Mm-hmm.
Each happy customer will only tell 2, maybe 3. So you have a lot to lose by having upset or unsatisfied customers.
Yeah.
And that's where my attention to customer service really came from.
It takes a special kind of person to be able to draw a link between what you learnt in engineering to then apply the same principles to a bakery. And without downplaying that, I think that's actually spectacular, like that type of thought process. Can I ask you, you talk about customer service, and what really stands out to me beyond the food, the family story and the success is just how deeply OneWay actually connects with the community in general. So I really want to hear about this customer service story that you have and why it's so important to you.
It all goes back to Qantas days. I still remember that line until today.
Yeah.
And it kind of stuck with me. So that's why when I went to the bakery, the first thing I was thinking about is we can't have upset customers. The other thing is I think it's the way we grew up. So for us, food is not, obviously, we spoke about that on the phone. You want to make money in the business. You can't not make money. Otherwise,
100%.
you're out of business, right? But food is more than, opening up a food or hospitality business. It's not just about making money. So when you eat as a family, you sit together, right? So there's a connection between people and the food. Also, when it comes to hospitality in our family anyway, if you're a guest, we open the door for you. You come in, you eat, you drink. If you ever been to the shop, my dad might force you to eat, even if you don't. If you're not hungry, you're gonna have to eat. That's just how it is. It's us. We're not doing anything that pretending to be something. That's how we do things, right? So even if you're not even paying, that's how we do things.
Wow.
So when someone comes in, the way I look at it, I even tell my staff, when you're serving a customer or a customer coming in, just pretend they're coming into your house. So if someone's knocking at my door, that's how I think about it. A customer comes in, I don't care if it's the first time or the millionth time they come in. I pretend I'm at the door, someone's knocking, I open the door. How would I open the door? Hi, how are you? Or, hey, how you going? How you feeling today? What's going on? How's your day? Which one would I'll definitely do that. That's how I would do it. So that's how I would serve my customers. And when you serve them that way, people notice. Because a lot of times people are getting mixed up between actually serving the customer, which taking money, transactional, and actually customer service. So when the customers are, feeling appreciated, greeted with a smile, and they can feel it from your tone of voice, you can't fake that.
No,
it's hard to fake. So when they feel it, they feel valued. When they feel valued, they remember you. Next time they come in, if I'm treating him in the same way, they go, he's a nice guy. So we end up building friendships along the way. I learn their names. The moment you learn a customer's name, in my opinion, that's it. This is your customer from now on. They're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And I treat them as friends. So if you look at Facebook, for example, I'm not too involved with Instagram. I should be. But if you look at Facebook, any post that I put up, the level of engagement is unreal.
Yeah, it certainly is. But even going into the bakery, I've been in the bakery before, even going in there, just that the connection, you can feel it just walking in there.
Absolutely. And so it's not just me. So this goes down to the staff as well.
Yeah.
Because clearly I'm not greeting every single customer myself. So this has to extend to the staff.
You talked about that being a family value for you guys from, the inception, and that was always very important. It's the way you grew up. How do you then ensure that your staff members have that same ethos, that they're actually going to, I guess, work in the exact same customer service that you would expect?
One, it's all about hiring. So when you're hiring a person, now it's very hard to get the right people all the time. especially in this industry. People move jobs a lot, right? But when you're hiring, I don't even look at the resume. People come in with resumes.
Yeah.
And all
Piece of
honesty, I
paper,
don't think I've
right?
ever looked at a resume.
Yeah.
Not once.
Yeah.
So I just look at the person,
Yeah.
like I'm looking at you now, and I'll see their faces, how they're interacting with me. If I can see smiles, if I can see warmth in the person, that's the person I'm hiring. Because I can teach you how to make coffee.
100%.
And teach you how to take an order.
Yeah.
But it's very hard for me to teach you how to treat people.
I love that.
Because my rules, if we're working at OneWay Bakery, our number one rule is the customer has to leave happy.
Yeah.
I don't care if we make a profit on this transaction. I don't care if we make a loss on this transaction. I don't care if the customer's wrong. I don't care if the customer's right. The customer has to leave happy, no matter what.
This is great to hear because I wish there was more like that out there. We're such a transactional world at the moment, and I just find, people are coming and going, people are looking down at their phones. It's so great and refreshing to hear that that's still very important.
Because at the end of the day, I'm very thankful that this person's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if they're spending $2. I don't care if they're spending $100. I'm just happy that you're here.
Great.
Right? Because you could be anywhere, really.
That's right.
There's thousands of shops around. We're not the only one. It's very important just to be grateful. And by having these main ideas in your head that this is what I want to project to my customers, I'm very grateful that you're here. I want to make your day a little bit better if I could. That alone will guide you in the right direction. All the small pieces will come together.
Fabulous. Can I ask you, what is something that people might not realize that goes in behind the scenes of running your bakery?
They don't see the hard work that goes in. They see the results. They see a lot of people in the shop and like, wow, you guys, I hear a lot. You guys are killing it. But the sacrifices that we make, right? Because when people are on holidays, that's when you're working.
Yeah.
On the weekends, on public holidays, Christmas. So you're sacrificing a lot, especially family time.
Mm-hmm.
Work never ends, right? So if I shut at 5 o'clock, I go home. I still got stuff to do online. Even with social media, that's a job on its own.
Sure is.
Myself.
Yeah. Wow.
So I still reply to, I'm not going to say every single one, but as much as I possibly can. If someone leaves a comment or send us a message, I will respond.
That's the heart of customer service right there as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Google reviews got over close to 1,500 reviews.
Wow.
Google. I respond to every single one. You won't find a business that responded to all their reviews, barely.
No, not when it gets to that volume. Often it drops off. So people start small when they're doing it small, but you're still doing it regardless of volume. And that's customer service.
Again, to me, especially with reviews or good comments, even bad comments. When someone leaves a bad comment, I don't get upset. I used to. I used to get really upset and angry. But then I learned, no, this is actually something to learn from.
Yeah.
Maybe there is an issue in the business, right? Maybe I should be working on this. Instead of being angry, I thank the customer. Like, you know what? Thank you so much. Sometimes they be a bit rude even. Doesn't matter. Thank you. You opened my eyes to 1, 2, 3. I'm on top of it. Thank you so much. A lot of times they change when they hear that. But even if someone goes out of their way, to me, if someone goes out of their way to go on my Google, write me a 5, 6 lines, upload photos, like what's in it to that customer? Nothing. I'm getting the benefits, right?
Yep.
They're not getting nothing. They're going out of their way by doing all that for me, but I won't give them 2 minutes to say thank you.
Yeah.
So that's why I make sure that if someone leaves it, it doesn't matter good or bad, I still go and respond to them. They went out of their way to help.
Yeah.
This I can say is thank you.
That's lovely. That is lovely. Well, speaking of which, you've certainly made your mark on the community in such a positive and yummy way. What's next for OneWay Lebanese Bakery?
That's a very good question. My dream is to have OneWay Bakery like the McDonald's of Lebanese food.
Love that. Yeah.
That's what I want to do. So I wanted to be bigger than Lalor and bigger than one shop. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I never want to sacrifice any of the quality or any of the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
And that takes a bit of time, a bit of preparation. a lot of learning. It's a big learning curve to go from one shop to two.
Mm-hmm.
I think it gets easier after 2 or 3. You kind of have a system in place, but the jump from 1 to 2 shops, I think it's a bit of a learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still too hands-on at the moment to do any of that. But in the future, I want OneWay Bakery to be everywhere.
Fabulous. I love that. Can I say in every thriving community, it's the small businesses that set the tone, not just through what they offer, but through how they make people feel. Customer service isn't just a business skill, it's a community value. And when you step into a place like OneWay Bakery, you can feel that. You can feel the warmth, the care, the genuine connection. So I ask you, Chris, if you had to sum it up, what's the secret to creating a business that people don't just visit once, but come back to again and again?
Again, we're going to circulate back to
I'm good with that. Yep.
Because I thought about it a lot. Think about it this way. Now, let's just say I make pizzas and they're great.
Mm-hmm.
And there's someone else that will do good pizzas as well, or
Yeah.
bakery stuff, right? How much better is my food, do you think? Now, to me, I might think, I do believe we are the best.
Mm-hmm.
But to the customer, they might say that we are 20% better. Some customers might say we are 10% worse,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's very subjective, the taste. But what cannot be undone is having a good service.
Of course.
So even if someone have a better product than me, but when they come in, we know their name, we know their order, we have a joke with them, we have a laugh, we have a little chat, they feel welcome, they feel like they're walking into their own shop. Sometimes for no reason. As an example, I've got a tray of baklava. I buy them just for giveaway,
Mm-hmm.
right? So this is not to charge anyone just randomly. The girls have to finish them. They have to go through. They have to give them away.
Yep.
Right? It's not optional. Okay. So when you get in that type of treatment, why wouldn't you come back?
That's exactly.
Even if next door tastes a little bit better,
Mm-hmm.
even if next door is a little bit cheaper, you're still going to come because you're going to feel amazing coming in.
For sure.
You're not going to get that experience somewhere else.
Yeah. I want to thank you so much, Chris, for sharing your story today. Hearing your story gives us so much insight into what it really takes to build something that serves our community. And I'm certainly left inspired and proud, as I'm sure our listeners are. I do want to just quickly go back because you made such an impact when you talked about the reviews that you get and how it takes so many more people will leave a negative review than a positive review. And it's something that I try to instill in my 13-year-old that, when you have a great experience, make sure you tell someone about it because I think that's just as important. So I really want to thank you for pointing that out because whilst we learn from the negative reviews, I think people need to take a little bit more time as well to let people know they're doing a great job, and you are. So thank you very much.
May I thank you for saying that as well. May I add just one more thing as well?
Of course.
I know if who's going to hear it, but it will benefit a lot of businesses.
Sure.
So one, exactly what you said. So if you had a good experience and you leave a good review, it helps businesses tremendously.
Mm-hmm. Sure does.
People underestimate the power of reviews. But also, if you have a bad experience, try and speak to the business owners about it. So maybe send them an email, maybe send them a message on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. I can guarantee you 99.9% of businesses don't want you to have a negative experience.
Of course, yeah.
It's not that they're on purpose trying to make you angry or upset. Instead of trying to harm the business, why not help them?
Yeah.
Don't buy from them again. That's fine. Just go somewhere else. But send them a message. Say, look, I've noticed 1, 2, 3 issues in your business. I'm very disappointed. I think it will help the business much more than leaving a negative review.
And if I can add, to just be constructive about it. I think that's the best approach to any negative feedback. Yeah.
By the way, if you swear on Google reviews, Google will remove the review. So
perfect.
Just letting you know.
Well, thanks again, Chris. I really appreciate your time.
No worries. Thank you so much for having me.
If you'd like to follow OneWay Lebanese Bakery or learn more about their business, you can find them on Instagram and Facebook, also at their website at www.onewaybakery.com.au, and we will also include all their details in the show notes. Next time on the City of Whittlesea Business Network podcast, we'll be chatting with Sammy Tupper from TSID, so be sure to subscribe and tune in. I'm Amy Bajada, and it's been a pleasure hosting you today. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider sending us an email at business@whittlesea.vic.gov.au. We love hearing what resonates with you. The views and opinions expressed in this episode are those of the speakers and do not reflect the official position of the City of Whittlesea. Information is accurate at the time of the recording. This podcast is for general information only and does not constitute professional advice. For professional advice, please consult a qualified practitioner. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time on the City of Whittlesea Business Network podcast.